Do BlackRock and JP Morgan buy XRP behind closed doors? In fact, Bradley Kimes and digital asset owner gave the answer. They are the Black Swan capitalist twins. We also have late news about the first spot XRP ETF. Why is it already the first day of business? Let's begin. Is it true that Robbie, Mitch, Nick, and Susan A are the only ones who have ever bought or sold XRP? He only went to BlackRock when the test was done in 2018. After that, he takes the Ripple link out of his links and link men. Didn't he, Brand? It's all he can talk about now that he took it off. Last but not least, I'll sell you this house that I have in South Georgia. You could live here since it's only 80 or 90. Do not let them go. I'll sell it to you. You might think this person only knows about Bitcoin. BlackRock doesn't have anything else to say. Bitcoin and Ethereum are the only two ETFs. BlackRock seems to only have a Bitcoin. Don't say that. It's not true. It doesn't need a lot of your time. It's not true. Send some Bitcoin and XRP, okay? Yes, I guess they'll be able to get in, okay? They won't tell us that they're getting in. That's clear. That's talking about your book, okay? In your book, you talk about Bitcoin. But you're getting a lot of XRP over here, right? You might even say bad things about XRP and then buy a lot of it. Also, that's not against the law, right? Banks do this all the time. Also, if they want it, why would they talk about it? Because everyone will buy it after that. To put it another way, it looks like it had to happen, right? But we've been through this, and so have you guys, right? We're here because we love business. And once you have, the more you learn about this business and how serious and important it is, the more interested you become in it. Plus, it makes you think, right? That makes you guess from a solidly based point of view, right? You know why it's there and what it's supposed to do. That's why I compare this to the pre-allocation of XRP lockup, right? That I beat up for a long time, right? We were right, though, because we found out that 5 billion XRP had already been set away for R3 as part of an order deal. Then we found out that Greg Kidd had a deal to buy 1% of all the XRP that was out there. People in the area thought, wow, that was just those two, okay? Are you telling me that those two were the only ones smart enough to set up an option contract? That was already used. I didn't think it was Bank of America. These didn't do it. The IMF didn't do it. The only ones who did it were Greg Kidd and R3. Check out the wait a minute. We need to hear what he has to say. I didn't jump in. Folks who believe that are not as smart as those who understand what it means. That tells me that, okay, there are many great facts here. It's clear that this is all just a guess. You know, like when we talk about the Bank of America and the IMF. It's still early. We're not as far along with the getting along and working together with our LS as we were back then. It looks like everything was planned ahead of time. You should know that R3 used to test the XRP system, but they stopped doing that. Ripple didn't want to give 35 billion rands XRP, so they went to court. You already know what happened next. This is where we are now. The company R3 is one of those that you can compare Ripple to that makes digital currencies and other tools for central banks, okay? Will R3 use XRP in the end? I'm still not sure about that, even though I know they will be able to do it. People in my area would love to see that, but I need proof. There are rules that say R3 employees can't say many nice things about XRP. It was hard for even R3 to get institutional customers and pay institutional customers. Things will have to wait and see. I'd love to hear more about what you all think down below. Let's say, what do you think? A lot of the bigger banks, like BlackRock, knew they had these contracts as soon as everything was set up. They wouldn't need to go out and buy XRP. It would already be safe if that were true. That's what I picture when he says that every month Ripple takes 1 billion XRP out of trust. 30% of the time, that only goes to wallets. 70% is now locked up again. All of that XRP might go somewhere if all of those people with there was also XRP. That had already been given out in option contracts. Also, that's how I feel about it. It's likely that all of these people have option contracts and other things. I need proof. I need to see the last one. So I'm still not sure until I do that. People who use XRP are crazy about the new Gemini credit card that can be used with XRP. We finally have a card that can talk to us and give us back our XRP, 4% on gasoline, electric cars, and taking the bus or train, 3% on food, 2% on groceries, and 1% on everything else. The card is made so that you can use it to buy XRP anywhere that takes MasterCard. It's cool that they see written money every day. How much gas, food, and dinner cost. as well as how much you could earn with your XRP Edition Gemini credit card. You can get extra gifts if you spend a certain amount in the first 90 days. All of those things will be written down. Check out the fine print. It does say that the credit card will help you get more XRP. You can get XRP rewards from the Gemini credit card and keep them for at least a year. After that, they are worth 450 to 0.9% more than rewards from other credit cards. Gemini has extra gifts for people who work with a lot of other big names on the internet. Check those out. There are two kinds of these. Both the first version and the XRP version are not the same. You can choose what to use. If you don't want to get XRP, they have 50 other coins you can get instead. Gemini can make things better. Use the link in the text to help the cheat. You can get up to 5,000 XRP if you get the XRP-only Gemini credit card and then tell your friends and family about it. Keep reading to find out more. Go back to the show. Today, the first XRP ETF, the Rex Osprey, went live. It opened at $25, which is $80 per share. Let's talk about what we saw in more depth. 5 times more deals were made in the first 90 minutes than with any other XRP futures ETF, worth over $24 million. This shows that on start days, demand and market interest were at their highest points ever. The Rex Osprey XRP ETF is the first fund in the US that makes it safe for regular people to buy an XRP. It was at the same time that the Rex Osprey launched the Dogecoin ETF. But buyers were more interested in XRP. It was, of course. Welcome, Eric Bahamas, an expert on ETFs for Bloomberg, said that the turnover of the XRPR was surprisingly high. Wow, yes, folks. This guy couldn't believe it at all. Strange news today is that DBS Bank, Ripple, and Franklin Templeton are going to work together. Know this. DBS is Asia's biggest bank, and it uses tokenized funds to make it easy to trade and send and receive money. A well-known money manager named Franklin Templeton is in charge of making Franklin's on-kind US dollar short-term money market fund, which is also known as SG Benji, into a cryptocurrency. Of course, Ripple sets up the XRP system so that all of this can happen. This really is a crazy thing to say. There are $7.3 trillion worth of money market funds on the market. The main thing that makes this link possible is XRP. This is not the last time we hear about this. There are going to be a lot of other banks very interested in this. Behind the scenes, Ripple and its systems are busy with a lot of things. I made a video about this. It's going to come out the same day as this movie. This was sent to me by an investor in digital assets. It is now worth $3.64 trillion less than it was. And XRP is worth as little as $175. The price of the market went up again and is now $3. XRP is worth $199 and is worth $72, with a jump of 8 cents. Trillion in the value of all crypto. This means that 20% are worth more. Everyone else in the market wants $10 trillion to come in. You should do the math, he says. Besides that, this page has more details about what that might mean. It's called the market cap multiplying effect, and I did think about what it might mean. Because of how little XRP is in circulation, small amounts of cash when you get 3 to 8 billion, it makes a difference. Some experts say that if $8 billion came in, the value of XRP could reach $10 trillion. That would mean that each token would be worth more than $1,130.30.